31st, already the savings is taken. Whatever is remaining, then you can buy the bonus. As long as savings is done automatically, because that thing of saying I'll go every month and put and go every month and put, you won't go every month.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend that. The follow-up question at the back. Guys, I don't think chance.
What should I invest first, a car or a house?
You know, my answer again is going to be the same as my previous answer.
What works?
What works for you?
Like that works.
Are you going to walk in the rain or are you going to sleep in the rain? Yeah, really, I don't know. But personally,
Yeah, personal.
my personal advice, and by the way, I'm not an expert, but it's my personal advice. I would advise people to buy a house first. Because, and I'm going to give you my reasons why. The reason why I would say buy a house first is because property, it increases very fast. Let me use myself as an example. I bought my house 6-7 years ago. I live in Orchards, by the way, the new development. I bought my house for 550,000. And the same house today, with a smaller yard, cost 900,000. So I bought my house, it's actually 7-8 years ago, because my son is 10. Yeah, about 9 years ago. It had a bigger yard for 550. A friend wanted to buy a house last year, the same area, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom, smaller yard, cost 900,000. So you see that the sooner you buy, the better. But with cars, the prices, man, they're always like this. Apollo, I'll use myself as an example again. I'm driving a TSI 2019. I bought it in 2019. It was 280,000. The latest model here now, it's about 300, 310. It's a difference of about 30,000. But when you look at it, it's almost the same. But the house, the yards become smaller. So do you see why?
And petrol increases.
So, but again, what works for you?
Might not work.
I bought a car first, then,
Do you think it?
because I didn't have all this information,
Oh.
and the house followed. Yeah.
In personal choices, people tend to make things not having much information. So for me, I would like you to talk about breach of contract, breach of promise, so that they can have an understanding of breach of promise, because of most, they tend to do things that they are not aware of, and of which is another factor that might affect them. So
Breach of promise in terms of maybe,
personal choices, because some they
okay,
tend.
I promised you I'm gonna marry you, and now I don't want to marry you again. Hi, you know, you know how that one works, ne? It will depend who's got a better attainment, like. It will depend who's got. You know our justice system, guys. I don't want to get in too much into that, but it's about who you know, how much you have, for you to win such a case. It's not an automatic win. I can still beat you, flash, and then you can't sue me because I've got a better attorney. I've got more money than you. I know people go deep. So yeah.
That's sad. No.
No, my question is on insurance. I've once heard this thing of saying, if you have a car insurance, then maybe you have an accident. Before they can pay out, they investigate the accident.
Who would want to just take their money and pay it without investigating? Remember when you take out a car insurance, there's like this 15-minute call. Remember when you take out a car insurance, the people that are insuring you, they don't know your car. They take your word. I get it, they're talking to you on the phone. They will ask you questions on the phone. So those questions are what's gonna determine your monthly premium. So if you lie, it's on you, because if you lied and you are involved in an accident, they investigate, they find that you lied, they're not gonna pay. I'll use an example. One of the questions they will ask you is, do you park your car in a garage or in a car part? And then you say in a garage, but you actually don't have a garage in your home. You are involved in an accident, and then they send people to check and they find that, no, there's no garage here. They'll come back to you, you lied. The premium that you were paid was not suitable for you. It was for someone with a garage, therefore we are not gonna pay the whole claim. So that is why sometimes people will say, insurance is the rip-off. Insurance is not a rip-off, but the information that you give is what determines. That is why it's important when you take out an insurance, you are as honest as possible. If now, for instance, I'm currently living in Orchard, I take out a car insurance, Orchard, and then maybe I move to the east, one day, I must call my insurer. I must tell them, look, I'm no longer living in Orchard, I'm now living in Waterkloof. The reason for that is because the quotation that I got was for someone in the Orchard, which is gonna be more expensive because but then when I move, when you have tracker, the minute you drive into Soshanguve, the minute you drive into Mamelodi and Atteridgeville, Soweto, Alexander, your tracker calls you. You are entering a high risk area. Is it you? Safe. Press 1 if you are not. Press 2. Yeah. So when I move to the east, my insurance is gonna go down. That's why I need to call them and inform them that no, I've changed. Now they're gonna give me a different code, which is gonna cost different amounts. So your insurance must always be updated. You were not married, because one of the questions they will ask you is, you are married. Are you married? When you say no, you are high risk. I can if you don't have a wife to report to. Yeah, people who are married, they tend to be disciplined than single people. So even the insurance they so insurance, how they will ask you, and you find a person, what does car insurance have anything to do with marriage? If you are single, you are deemed to be high risk. Yeah.
You can go at any time.
You can go at any time. Alexander, you are a free bird. But then when you are married, you tend to be more disciplined. That's why when you are single, your premium is high. When you are married, premium becomes low. That's how they look at it. That's insurance language.
How about like
They will even ask you, do you smoke? And you're like, okay, what does me smoking have anything to do with getting a car insurance? What does me smoking have anything to do with insurance? And then you say no, you actually smoke. And then when you're involved in an accident, they run tests, they find nicotine in your blood. They won't pay just because of that. And your accident had nothing to do with a cigarette. There was one last one here.
no, this one about this thing life cover. Let's say you were paying for the past 20 years, then you default this month, then one of your beneficiaries of that policy dies. Do they pay out?
A policy can only lapse if you miss 3 premiums. If you miss 3 premiums, even if you've been paying for the past 40 years, your cover has lapsed and there won't be a payout. Your cover lapses after 3 months. Guys, if there's no, there's one last one.
Because when we research, they'll tell you something like invest in stock, livestock, or real estate when we get like 1% allowance, and it's not really enough to invest in such things. But when we as students,
I'd say start small. Just get a savings account, or just go to your different financial institutions, being Old Mutual, Metropolitan, FNB, Capitec, or whatever,
Easy
and start with your stock orders, because that's what you can afford right now. Stock exchange and property.
Easy equities.
Yeah.
You should try
So
easy equities.
start small, speak to your financial advisor, one of the consultants in one of any banks, and then that's where you need to start. As long as you're saving something. Guys, thank you so much for your time. I really hope that you've learned something out of this. I hope this was an eye-opener. I really hope that you're going to make better decisions going forward.
Let's please give out to now another round of applause. I don't know why people are blowing kisses when it's you who spoke, but it's fine.
She blew them.
Guys, I think all said and done, these things are aimed at really helping you. Most of us, and I think with the house and the car thing, I'm like you. I normally say to people when we're having a conversation on finances that if you were to take me back when I started working and say make a decision different, I will buy a house instead of a car. Because the moment you drive out of the garage, it depreciates, somebody bumps you and say, man, only insurance, to name that's in trouble. So better you buy a house. And I mean, different strokes indeed for different folks. You choose as you want, but consider your conditions and then make a choice in that regard. I think that one last thing that we probably did not touch much on is your retirement fund. You do not want to be a SASSA beneficiary if you have been a professional. But the best time to start establishing your retirement fund is when you start working. Because it's cheaper now. If you are 24 and you take a retirement fund, you are most likely not to pay anything more than 250 at most. But if you wait until you are 35, you are much closer to your retirement date, you will pay more. So these are some of the things that you have to consider and choices that you have to make. But thanks so much for coming through, guys. I hope it's not the last time that we have something like this. We will keep on having this conversation so that we can help each other around matters of even investments. I love that last question. What is easy equities, for example? Are you using it? Are you doing it? Are you surviving? I'm surviving. It's not
I'm seeing red
now, but I'm there. I'm doing quite a few things. But these are conversations we'll have. And we are done for the day, guys. As promised, there is refreshments that are prepared outside. I think there's enough for everyone. We did not reach our target. I think we're just about 80 almost. So there are refreshments there. So all of you will grab. So I'll please ask that let's await for everyone to grab before we go for returns, if there's any. So don't want to already take 100 before others have gotten something. So get, and then I know some people will very quick be done and then be back on the queue. So I'll just ask that allow others to get first and then afterwards you can then go back for returns. I'll need hands with So guys, the food is just outside here and you can just grab something and then thank you so much.